I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737-777-9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Hey, welcome to the Code Freedom Podcast. This is Eddie Bales, and I'm really excited to have Bree Smith on the show. She is a wealth strategist, and she's going to help us get our money right. So,
yes.
Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. And so I'm just curious. I always kind of start out with this question, but what got you even into that field of being a wealth strategist or a financial planner?
So for me, I didn't see anyone else out here doing it, right? So I have been a mom my entire adult life. I was a teenage mom, had my daughter while I was in high school at 17, turned 18 2 weeks later. So my entire financial journey has been defined by being a parent, being a mom, and wanted to give my daughter the best world possible and the best life possible, because it's not her fault that her mommy was a teenager and was out here doing stuff she had no business doing, right? So I didn't want her to suffer because of the errors that I made in my youth. And so I was just really big on, like, how can I make sure that I'm wealthy? What are the wealthy doing? And just studying them and the tactics that they're using so that I could implement them myself, so that I could give her the best world possible. And so when I was 20, I started the process of buying our house. I closed on it a week after my 21st birthday, once she was 3. And my goal was, hey, at age 3, I heard that that's when kids start to gain memory. And so my daughter only remembers homes that her mommy owned, living in those. And so that has been a big accomplishment for me, because my daughter does not remember the struggle. She does not remember us sharing a twin-size bed at my grandparents' house. All she knows is a pretty cushy, privileged life. And I think she deserves that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We always want to make sure our future generations do better than us, of course. And giving them a stage or a platform where they can do better is powerful.
Yes.
So tell us about, like, one of your client success stories. I always love to hear that, because it's nice to see the transformation that you can be involved in the process on.
So my favorite client success story, she basically, I was talking to her and I was saying, hey, look, is there anything I can do better? And that's just what I like to ask my clients, because I want to make sure they're getting the most out of their experience with me and their coaching journey, and see if there's something that maybe I'm missing, or maybe I didn't give enough information on, or maybe I shared too much, because Lord knows I don't know how to shut up sometimes. So she had told me, she said, no, this has been life-changing for me. The dreams that I've had, I now know I can make those a reality. Like, it's not crazy. Like, to know that what it is that I want to do, it's not crazy, and I can actually make it happen. It's really just math, and like having a clear plan forward to get there was transformational to her. And so just the fact that she started off by telling me that it was life-changing was the biggest thing for me. That meant the most to me. It almost made me cry that day. I had to keep it together during the call, but it's really huge for me, because my goal is to change lives and change family trees. And sometimes we just get in the mix of doing things, and we're performing the best we can and pouring our all into our clients, but we don't know the effect that we're having. They come up, they're smiling, but we don't know how they're feeling on the inside or afterwards. So to hear that meant a lot to me. And I think that means a lot for her, because while we had only been working together a couple of months, so she hadn't necessarily reached her big goals yet of like living in another country half the year and being able to go to Dubai and things like that she has planned for later on this year now that she's going to reach. Even though she hasn't necessarily gotten there yet, she knows that she can. And that means everything to me.
And that's got to feel good knowing that you actually have a plan. Because most of us, well, not most of us, most people, I should say, they kind of just live their lives on autopilot and they just hope someday that they'll get to a certain destination. And what's nice is that you're actually giving them a plan and giving them the confidence that they know that they can get there. And so I'm just curious, why do you think it is that people plan their vacations more than they plan their lives, right? Why do you think that?
Whoa, that is a good one. People plan their vacations more than they plan their lives. Wow. That's true. I think because a vacation is a moment in time, right? And so a lot of people are big on feeling good and having a moment to feel good. So it's for the same reason why people spend more time spending money on that new purse or on that new puppy or whatever it is that they think is going to bring them joy. They think that vacation is going to bring them joy that they don't have in their day-to-day life, because most people hate Monday through Friday. Monday is the worst day ever. And Friday is like they just got released from prison, right? And so Saturday, wilding out. Sunday, they may be going to Jesus and saying, "Ooh, Lord, forgive me for what I did this weekend and prepare me for this next week to go back into hex doors." So I think that people are more so focused on, if I could just feel good for this one time or for this week. Oh, I'm about to have a good week or a good 2 weeks where I don't have to worry about this job. I might not have to worry about these kids. And I'm about to just go ahead and live my best life how I feel like it and just be all about me for that moment. And so I think that's why they focus more on that. But I love to go ahead and teach my clients like, hey, look, let's just live our dream lives every day. Let's get to a point where we're living a life that brings us joy daily so that we don't have to be seeking out just a moment of time. And we're going to go on more vacations, right? But at the same time, let's look at how can I enjoy Monday through Friday as well, because it should not be a prison sentence.
For sure. It's funny you say that, because I always say that we race to Friday only to dread Monday and then repeat the cycle all over again. So you're spot on with that. But one thing I really can appreciate about you and the way you do your financial planning is you kind of separated yourself from most financial planners when we were talking before. And I really like that. So can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of separates you? Because there's so many out there. What makes you different than the rest of them?
Yeah, so that's why I call myself a wealth strategist, right? Because when you think about a financial planner, they're taking your assets under management. So they want to give all your money and tell it where to go. And, because they're smarter than you, they understand the market better than you, and they can invest your money better than you. And that's what they want you to believe. And that's not everyone. There's some good financial advisors. I've had the joy of meeting a couple, but that's the vast majority of them. And me as a wealth strategist, instead, I'm saying, hey, look, let me just teach you about this. So that if you want to do this all on your own, you can. You don't have to use anyone else. You want to understand what stocks are, mutual funds, index funds, bonds, how to invest in real estate, different avenues. Let's come up with your custom financial plan for you that's going to get you to your dream goal. What's your financial freedom number? Let's get to that. Let's figure out what it consists of and how you're going to make that happen. So let's just plan accordingly so that we can get there. And so most people don't even get the financial planning from an advisor unless they have enough money to put under management with that advisor. So if you ain't got $500,000 for me to manage for you, or $250,000, I ain't got time to talk to you, because the financial planning part, that's just free, because I'm gonna be getting all this money from you all year long, where it's like maybe I get 10,000 plus just from managing your money. And so I make it so that instead you don't have to have $250,000. I I don't care what you have that you're able to invest right now. I don't care if you only got $1 to invest when it comes to putting stuff away in the stock market. Now, you do have to be able to invest in yourself. For my services, I'm not the cheapest person out here. But at the same time, I want to just be able to help people that are like, hey, look, I want to get serious about my goals and my finances. I want to be able to have $250,000, $500,000, $1 million plus under management one day. And maybe I have it under management under myself because now I understand how finances work and how investing works, and I'm managing it myself, or I have someone in charge of that, but I know what they're doing and why. And so they're not just going ahead and trading my money all the time and getting a bunch of fees racked up on me. And now I don't even get to see my return on investment because it's getting ate up by all their fees. So that's more so the stance I take. And I don't like to take assets under management or anything because I went to school. I could be a CFP. I could do that. However, I just feel like it's a disservice to my clients because I want my clients to know that any strategies or advice I'm giving you is coming from a place of what do you want to do? Like, what's your success? My success is in line with yours. And I want you to know I only have your best interest at heart. Other than thinking like, is she just saying that I need to go buy that because I'm going to go ahead and give her some more money? She's going to get some more fees out of me investing in this one instead of that. Or maybe there's a bonus or extra commission attached to that. And so I don't want my clients to have to second guess me and look at me like, I don't know if I can trust you. So I just eliminate that. Like, hey, look, I ain't got no other motive other than to help you. That's it.
Right. That's so. Every episode, we talk about stretching ourselves and growing ourselves and becoming better. And I get it. You're busy. You're on the go. You don't always have time to stop and maybe read a book. Well, listen, I got the perfect thing for you. You're probably familiar with Audible. Audible is an audiobook service from Amazon, and they offer the world's biggest selection of books. I'm talking any book that I've recommended, and I've recommended a lot. You can get that book and you can listen to it on the go while you're in the car. Why not turn your car into Drive Time University? And for listening to this podcast, you can get your first 30 days free on us. So go to audibletrial.com/code freedom. That's audibletrial.com/code freedom. And we'll also put that in the show notes. Have you ever wanted to invest in the stock market, but you just didn't know how? That's exactly where I found myself. Is I just didn't know what to pick it, when to sell it, all of that good stuff. But I found an online community. I've been with this community for about a year now, and I love it. It's amazing. They discuss things like generational wealth, stock options, investing, business strategy, and so much more. So, online community that will support, encourage, and hold each other accountable to achieving goals and striving for greatness. So we talk about things like get money and buy income, but how do you buy income? What do you buy? Well, these are the types of things that we talk about in this community, and I think you'll enjoy it. So if you'd like to be a part of it, you get a special link. It's bit.ly/wealth squad 3. That's bit.ly/wealth squad 3. And you get a chance to be a part of this amazing community. And let's grow together. Key and spot on, and I love how you shared that because that's what people are looking for. People are looking for someone that could just help them and show them the way, and they don't always have a whole lot of money to start with, but they still have a place that they're trying to get to. And I think that's why some people's lives are kind of on autopilot, is because they just don't know another way. So it's awesome that you're showing them a way. But what kind of challenges have you had, when dealing with certain people that you've been kind of coaching and stuff like that?
The biggest challenge is mindset, right? So that's the biggest challenge I see, is that most people just, we are force fed an American dream all throughout K through 12, go to college. All of it is institutionalized to teach us that, hey, look, you're supposed to go to school, get a degree, get a good paying job that's going to give you some benefits, some health insurance, and going to set you up for retirement for the future, because the pension is long gone, but some people still looking for it at that good government job, right? And so the American dream says that you need to go get a house with a picket fence and a dog and 2.5 kids. My husband asked me, what's half a kid, babe? I told him it was him. But, but that's what the American dream sells us on. And so instead, what is your dream? Like, what do you want to do? I know for me, I probably want to go live in another country eventually. I'm trying to get my husband on board. I know that I want to have a 6 to 10,000 square foot mansion because I feel like it, because that's just my goal and my dream. I don't just want the little picket fence and a dog. I might want 2 dogs once these kids all know how to go to the bathroom by themselves, right? I want, the possibilities are endless, but I want to go on vacation several times a year with my family. I want to take my kids on a couple, go on a few with just my husband, and that be life. I want to live my best life. I want to wake up every day enjoying it. I don't want to work for 40 hours a week. I don't want to work 5 days a week. And so what am I doing to work towards my ideal goals of maybe only working 4 days a week with people I love and that are ambitious and that I can really make an impact on their lives? And so that is what I'm looking at. And then I want to be able to meet with clients that have those big, crazy goals too. Like I have a client that wants to live in another country half the year, and another one that wants to be able to have several streams of income, go from 3 to 7. And they want to be able to take their family on vacations to places like Dubai and spend 30K, and it's all expenses paid for because they just trying to enjoy their best life with the people they love the most. And so I just want to be able to help people realize those goals, because those are the ones that it's like, that's too big for that government job. That's too big for that little 9 to 5 that want to give you chump change. Because I don't care if you get in $250,000, it's still chump change in comparison to what that company is making off of you. And so I'm not saying everybody got to go be an entrepreneur, but I'm just saying, if you are not loving Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, let's get to something that you love, because ain't no reason why we waking up every day hating our life. Like that just ain't it. God wants us to have better.
Absolutely. And that's what we preach all day long on the Code Freedom podcast. So many people, I think, feel like they just work. And then at some point in life, they can retire and live the good life. But what if we could live the good life now? You know what I mean? Like, who said retirement had to be a certain age? Retirement is just how much money you can live on having passive income enough to keep paying all your bills. And I love the point that you brought up too, because I know I'm all about being an entrepreneur, but you don't always have to be an entrepreneur. You could actually just invest well, and you don't have to be an entrepreneur, right? So I love that you're dispelling a lot of those myths that people have and just giving people hope that they can have freedom and have a life today. Anything else you want to say on that?
Just the freedom part, right? So I loved how you said that retirement is not an age. Like, we don't have to be 62 and a half. My husband and I are going to have the option to retire in our 30s. And I say option because I plan to work all my life, because this isn't work for me. This is something I love and enjoy doing. But if, say, something happens where my mama gets sick or my grandpa is sick and I need to go take care of them, and maybe I need to disappear for 3-5 years because I got to deal with grief of, being that caretaker or of losing someone that I love, I will have the flexibility to do that and not be worried about a job calling me to come right back. Maybe my business is on autopilot. Maybe it suffers, but my bills are paid because I got money coming in no matter what, and I'm good. And so that's the thing that matters to me, being able to show up the most for the people that matter the most to you, instead of having to say, oh, I only get 3 days to grieve losing someone that meant the world to me. And then I got to go back and put a smile on my face to make these other people money and to make their dreams a reality. And so, most people, if you have the right strategies in place, you can retire within 5 to 10 years or have the option to. And I don't see why we wouldn't want to set ourselves up to at least have that option, so that if life comes knocking us down, we got a cushion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Well, what keeps you going these days?
I got 4 kids. So they keep me going. They keep me going daily. My youngest stays home with me, and he is mommy's world. His name is Nehemiah. And for those of you that read your Bible, then like, he is strong and mighty, and he's a builder. He is amazing. So he keeps me the busiest right now. But my big kids are amazing too. All of my babies are 10 and under, and so they are a joy, and they keep me going. They are the reason for my everything. And then I got a husband too,
Good stuff. Well, what's one big tip that you would give the audience that is looking to kind of take control of their financial life?
Okay. Oh, only one? Can I get
Hey,
two?
go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
Get a bonus.
So yeah, so two. So I'm gonna have to give the finance answer, but I have to give the answer that really makes a difference. First, it's going to be clear on your why. So doing the work to figure out like what is your perfect day? What is it that makes you happy? Like if you think about the perfect day when you wake up to go to sleep, what does that look like? What would make you happy? What are you doing? What are you eating? How does it smell outside, like in your environment? Like, what is your perfect day? So get clear on that so that maybe that's a way to tap into what your true dreams and goals are, because some people have a hard time figuring that out. So that's your first thing you need to do. And number two is to do a budget. Do a budget. Find out where your money is going. Stop hiding it. Like it does not help you to not know. It's not okay to just be like, well, the bills are paid. Like do a budget. Find out where your money is really going, and is it in line with your goals in that perfect day?
That's good. That's good. And I love that you said about figure out like what a perfect day looks like. My wife and I, we used to do that when we were dating because we had a long distance relationship for a little while. And we would just say, tell me about what your day, what your perfect day would look like. And we just started dreaming like, hey, we would charter a jet and we'd be in Vegas or somewhere. Then we'd come back and go. I mean, we just like, it was like, but there were no limitations. And I don't think that life should have limitations. Really, life only has the limitations we put on ourselves. You know what I mean? So you're helping a lot of people. I love what you're doing and keep on doing it. And how can the audience reach out to you and connect with
Thank
you?
you. Yes. So feel free to connect with me. I am on pretty much every platform as Bri, BRI_D Smith. So D is in day. And then also my website, bdsmithfinancial.com. It's where you can find all my contact info, find out more about me, my podcast I have going on, and what I'm up to.
Good stuff. And we'll put that in the bottom at the show notes and y'all can connect with her as well. So, hey, thanks for being on the show. It's been a pleasure and look forward to talking with you soon.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me, Eddie.
All right. God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.